On the Foodie today, a walk down memory lane as we visit some legendary restaurants of Mumbai. Hello and welcome to The Foodie. The Foodie, it is in Mumbai, and this is a very special episode because we're going to talk about and watch some iconic eating places in Mumbai. I'm starting off with Churchgate. Behind me is the famous Churchgate station, and for those of you all who do not know, this Churchgate street, about 50 years ago, was the hub of restaurants, starting from talk of the town at that end all the way to Gaylord at this end. And that's exactly where we're going, to one of those few restaurants that are still standing tall. Gaylord to start off with. Come along. Walking down the street of Churchgate is an overwhelming experience for me as I visit one of the oldest restaurants of Mumbai, Gaylord. The restaurant is as much famous for its imposing decor as it is for its classical continental food. Just sitting in this quaint restaurant transports you into a world of nostalgia and euphoria. And this is exactly the experience you would have had pretty much in Gaylord about 50 years ago when they started. Sitting outside here over a cup of coffee, a muffin, some biscuits. And to talk more about it, I've got with me Noel D'Souza. Hi Noel.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Noel is the general manager of Gaylord and has been here for a large part of those 50 years. So we're saying that Gaylord opened in 1956. Does the menu still remain pretty much the same what it was 50 years?
There have been changes, but just cosmetic changes.
Okay.
You know, we have been successful with this kind of menu. So, as you know, no one changes a successful formula.
And why should you? But there must be also people who've been coming here for donkey's years and still continue to come here.
This is the third generation.
Well, I'm one of them. I used to come here with my grandfather as a child.
This is originally the place where coffee culture started.
The idea of sitting out pretty much like this,
right,
and having a cup of coffee as a culture started here.
Yeah. They used to say in those days, you know, what the good Lord giveth, Gaylord taketh.
What the good Lord giveth, Gaylord taketh, because you just spent a lot of money here.
Menu was a little
expensive. And it's always remained a stylish place. Today it is a stylish place.
Right.
You've had some signature dishes that I remember as a child and they are still available here. Like your chicken a la Kiev, which we used to call chicken bomb. Because the minute you cut it open, it burst out with butter. You know? Your lobster thermidor, which was a signature dish.
It still is.
You know? And I'm just so happy to come back here. Because it's going to bring back a lot of memories of my childhood. I don't want to tell anybody how old I really am, but I've heard stories about this trip, Gaylord, where a lot of actors, the old-time actors, used to come and just hang out over here. The Dilip Kumars and your Shami Kapoors and all.
Absolutely. Sunil Dutt used to come there, and the famous duo Shankar Jaikishan. They had a special table all for themselves.
Yeah.
So the yesteryear actors, including Devanand, Sunil Dutt, Raj Kapoor, they used to be pretty much a part of this scene.
Another thing I wanted to ask you is that this place, I mean the setting over here, is quite romantic, isn't it?
You know, actually this place, it was a rendezvous for couples and also for matchmaking.
Really?
People used to say, and they still do, that marriages were made in heaven but blessed at Gaylord.
Great. Now, I think we've done a lot of chatting. It's time to do a little bit of cooking. Sure. And a little bit or a lot of eating, you know. So, what are you going to be making over here?
Kunal, as you said, bringing back memories of the lobster thermidor and the chicken a la Kiev.
That's
and
it?
I'm going to give you that, and also another favorite dish, a dessert, that's a baked Alaska.
Ooh, I forgot about the baked Alaska. That's also a nice traditional old dessert that I haven't eaten in a really long time, you know. Shall we then head straight to the cooking counter?
Sure.
And make some food. Come on, let's go. Okay, so we are all ready to cook and I have with me Chef Gilbert Gomes. Chef, how are you doing, sir? Now let me tell you something about this wonderful gentleman. He is from Calcutta, originally from Calcutta, has been here for many, many years. Yeah. He just says, yeah, but he cooks really well, trust me. So, Chef, what are we going to start with?
Lobsters.
Lobster thermidor? Okay, we're going to start with the lobster thermidor, and for that we've got this wonderful looking lobster. So we've got a lobster, full lobster, which chef is going to put into a bath of boiling water and poach it. कितना time लगेगा इसको अभी?
10 minutes.
10 minutes? Okay. Full lobster in boiling water, poached for 10 minutes. Okay, so this lobster's been poaching for 10 minutes. Abhi chef, निकाल सकते हैं इसको?
Yes.
Okay, so I think essentially what he's doing is that he's poached the lobster and he's now slicing it down through the center of the shell, through the back of the lobster. And he's divided the lobster into two parts like this. So you've got these two lovely open parts of lobster. Deveining, very important. Now the trick about a thermidor is that it is first poached, then deshelled. You take the flesh out and then cook the flesh separately in a white sauce, put it back into the shell and then bake it. So the lobster has been deshelled, the poached lobster has been deshelled. We've got this wonderful juicy flesh over here, but the shells have been kept. They've been washed, cleaned and kept over here because they're going to be used in the final presentation of the dish. Now, ये poached flesh है. अभी क्या करेगा इसका?
अभी
Chop.
पीसेस करेगा.
Okay.
पीसेस के बाद फिर अपना गार्लिक अपना सॉस सब
Start. My God, that's a lot of butter, huh?
No.
Well, for the lobster thermidor, what we need to do is we need to make a white sauce, which is normally made with butter and maida. It's a bechamel sauce. Then, using the white sauce and mixing up a lot of nice, wonderful ingredients, Chef Gomes is going to make the thermidor. We've started off with butter and garlic. So, in butter and garlic, we are frying or sauteing, if I may call it that, the flesh of the lobster, which is already poached, remember. Okay? To that, a bit of salt, mushrooms, which have been chopped into small pieces. I get all these aromas of this butter, now the lobster, all. Oh, smells very good, chef.
fresh.
Fresh, yes. One word I got out of it. To which we are adding cream. Here we are. Creamy, cheesy.
The white sauce.
And this is the white sauce which has been pre-prepared, which is a thickening agent. It's a classic bechamel white sauce. The cooking time is not much, no? If you make the white sauce beforehand. 1 yolk of egg. Oh, wine. A little bit of white wine. So here we are. The lobster thermidor, at least the flesh, has been cooked in butter, mushrooms, white sauce, egg yolk, white wine. And it's going back into the shells from where it started. Now what happened, chef?
Cheese and bake last.
Cheese and bake last. Grated cheese all over the lobster. It's a lot of cheese. Chef, how much time will this take now?
7-8 minutes.
7-8 minutes, because it's already cooked, okay? So 7-8 minutes for the lobster thermidor to come out ready to eat. In the meanwhile, I think we should start preparations for our next dish, which is chicken a la Kiev. Okay, so we are on to our next iconic dish, chicken a la Kiev, and for which we've got these wonderful two chicken breasts. So the chicken breast has been slit and opened up to make a very thin sort of layer of chicken. You can see it over here. See how this chicken breast has been sliced so that you can open it up like this. He's with a knife just beating up the flesh a bit to make it really, really fine so that it cooks easily. A little bit of pepper, a little mustard powder, 4 drops of Worcester sauce, salt, chopped mushrooms. Huge blob of cheese and butter. Okay. Oh, this is divine. And this little parcel of chicken breast, which contains all these wonderful condiments and butter, is being rolled in flour and breadcrumbs. And now you're making a batter. Beating 2 eggs. So the breast has been rolled in flour first, making a nice little shape out of it. And then dipped into the beaten eggs. 1 coat of flour, 1 coat of egg, and the final coat of breadcrumbs. So you got to do this 3 times to give it a nice crisp coating. And now this whole bomb, if I may call it that, is going to go into the fryer to be deep fried. Okay, so here we are. The chicken ala Kiev is laid onto the plate.